but I don't think like we're looking at it too much.
I almost want the circle that we had before, though, over farm, around shelter, around Milter. I'd love that kind of circle. Please don't send us to shooting range for a third time in a row. Maybe a milli, though. I would like a military.
You know what I haven't seen in a long time? School. I haven't seen a good school on a
Right.
province, I think. Like, when was the last time you saw one of those?
School, not for a while. Apps, obviously, close by, is one that I always like watching and seeing teams just sort of send the vehicles in and try and get an apartment early on. Now, speaking of early on, Japan, Turkey.
That's just jockeying for drop. That's not going to be a big deal.
They just go over the top of them. Two teams, of course, that are going to need to probably be picking up the pace, like we sort of mentioned, for some of these teams down towards the bottom. Lauren does get the vehicle.
Got goal? No, he's just scouting it out. Okay. You could maybe get a lucky hit on that one, but instead I like this. Just instead hop and play it safe. I think that's going to be what everybody's leaning into.
There we go. That's what we like to see. Crowd likes that one too. We get our military base circle, or at the very least Sosnovka Island. Great for Germany down the bottom, but also Thailand as well over towards Ferry Pier.
So nice of Pubg to hear the fact that I won a military base, know that this was my last game of the day, and I won it on day one, and then give it to me. See, that's what the real technical difficulty is.
You're the man that caused the technical difficulties. You sabotaged it.
I didn't kick the score next to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, this is big for Germany, though. This is a team that a lot of people have underrated for various reasons. Of course, they don't have the statistics of some of these other players playing at the PCS level. There's a free agent on the team as well. So for good reason.
Getting a smidgen of a bridge camp lined up as you can see UK continuing to harass what's going on with Vietnam. It's going to be Isaki that's going to be going down, and here's the problem. Vietnam, you don't got places to go. It's going to be Turkey that's going to be coming in back behind this. And UK is just kind of holding it down right now. They've revealed themselves, but they're still on the hunt. This is what I like. I was saying, sometimes you got to flex, and is a three-man car UK going to be the way that they do it?
Oh, he lands the tag onto Michael. Headshot, he's down, and now they've got to get out of the darts here and try and save Michael.
Okay, so now what's the new plan is it looks like nades are going to be tossed out. Sapu's looking through. The bounce is going to go just too far off of that one. T-Bone's got a good read for it. And now it's just kind of a peak battle along this hillside. And Turkey's just kind of stopped, and I don't blame them. They probably heard what was going on. It's like, nah, I'll wait for this to finish.
Yeah, they're just kind of hanging out outskirts of Milter. You've got Australia as well pushing in from this position. So I think realistically for the United Kingdom, for Vietnam, this is not a fight you really want to extend out for too long. Get those revives, get going, get moving, and Sapau will be the last one out for Vietnam. They did lose one. Unfortunately, their star one as well. But to get out of that scenario with 3 players intact after 2 downs, I think they'll take it.
Okay, that's what's going on the Eastern Bridge. On the Western Bridge, we had Thailand that made a quick crossover here. No surprise, given the fact they've been holding down Ferry Pier. So they're playing the far western part of the military base itself. United Kingdom, I think, content with their damage that they managed to do. Looks like they're going to rotate back into this point. Are they going to play off they're setting up in a potential bridge camp spot. And Brazil, with, I would say, the 200 IQ play right now, getting on a boat and just saying, I don't want to be anywhere near these bridges.
Quick counting. Don't want to do maths on stream, but about 6 teams roughly over to that Milter area. And yet you go and look over towards, say, White House, and it's only the United States. Tiggerton with the seat swap, and he, of course, it shouldn't even be a surprise, but it's Kean that gets back the other way. The down onto Blood goes for one onto Luke 12 as well from that passenger seat. So 1-for-1 between Japan and Australia here. Monty wants one, but it's Tiggerton, of course. Why not? The best player in the world gets 2. For the road, it's only Luna left for Japan.
Yeah, he's going to have to run into this spot, and this is just damage control at this point. Tiggerton just dominated Japan there, and that's going to open up the door, get the reses. He's just roaming around. Not a care in a
mini as well. He just doesn't care. Do they go for this, though?
Just
they know they've got the 3 knocks. Why not go and
no, Korea, not like this. Trying to make the run across. They're waiting for it, but Anonix gets him drop on a T-bone. The shots are coming out of it. United Kingdom is going to line up, and Korea is out.
The blockade is successful for the United Kingdom. Korea, tremendous in the first 2 matches, but they go out early here in match 3 at the hands of our match 2 winners. Luna now has all of Australia in his face. Tig did get knocked down by Luna, but Luke 12, the Guardian, he gets the save. Japan out in 15th.
This is why I love Nations Cup right here. This is the way it starts to roll once everybody starts to get in there.
Away from Lighthouse, there is Chinese Taipei pushing into Novo, now pushing onto Brazil.
Brazil did manage to make landfall, but you can see this is such a hard way to make a push into this one. And The defended lineup for Taipei is really good. It's just the fact that Brazil has so few options on how they're going to try to move through this. They know that they have to move through the cover, and there you go. Leo's just going to spot this out. Yan Lee's going to go ahead and follow it up as well. So Brazil now down one member, and that's going to be Sparking to boot.
That's a big player to lose, right?
Yeah.
Kind of along the lines of some of the star players of other teams, like Onyx from Korea or Tiggleton from Australia. Sparking is that kind of player for Brazil. Losing him early, not ideal. Now into the blue. It's only phase 1, not going to do that much damage, but 24 seconds till phase 2. You're not in a good position. This is kind of what you don't want from the likes of Brazil, Chinese Taipei. These kind of fights, these scrummy little fights on the edge, out of circle, are not really going to find you wins.
But they're going to find you points, and that's why they're so valuable at this stage. Brazil aware now about Chinese defenses are lined up, and there you go. VHC does take down Leo and gets business for his teammates. Now, how are they going to navigate what's going to be going on? Circle does pop, and it goes very far to the west, still keeping in a massive amount of water.
Yeah, pretty standard circle, I think, when it comes to Sosnovka Island. We've seen this one so many times before.
Just saved his life.
Yeah, and Savior, well, he's saved.
That slow start that can happen. Not like this, Canada. Do you have a read into it?
Oh my God!
Perfect! The shots are coming out. Only one down, trying to make the run through. It's trying to just get out of this. Getting the shots back. Can they at least survive what's happening? Trying to cut through it, and Shitboy putting in some work.
That's not too bad. That almost looked like for the remainder of this game. So that's a lead that they can now start to build as well.
All right, things are settling down. China still regretting what happened to them earlier. Looks like they are going to reset. Circles going pretty much where everybody expected it to. This circle has got a very large drop just to the east of where Thailand's playing at, but that means that Thailand's also going to have a lot of vision and supervision inside of this circle. So they're going to be able to harass how people are going to make their...
You look at the UK, Vietnam, Brazil, China, Chinese Taipei, Argentina's down to 2, and then Canada. So a very wounded kind of lobby, 44 alive, but we've got 13 teams still up. So there is space, but there's still a lot of teams.
Brazil coming in now. You can still see sitting 6th overall. They did it, but now they have been revealed, and China knows it. China already being very aggressive, moving up the hillside. Canada has got to be careful onto this. Yan taking some damage, stepping away from it. New circle is about to pop. Are we going in? No, we're going into a wide open. We're leaving the hillside altogether.
Wow, I just see Plains, I see United Kingdom, I see maybe back-to-back wins. It could be their tournament, it could be their day. A great start. Phase 4, though, now means China on the edge of this blue in a battle with Canada, and they won't have a whole lot of time to sit here and take this fight on Canada's terms. They need to push back the other way. We saw the nades. They start to get flung out now. Now it's China that is on the front foot map.
Trying to get the spray in. Shinboy opens it up with Adam's assistance, now making their way up the hillside. They see the opportunity. They know who they're fighting. Good shots coming out from Canada, and now China with just one member up. Canada takes it clean.
Where did they go? Where's...
Get in here. Get your kills fast and try to go, because look, everybody on the outside of it that's already in the circle is just looking up the hillside, waiting for you.
Yeah, and Brazil kind of just getting free look from the south side of that major road. Belmont eventually finished off by Nile, and there's VHC getting that down. That's LFP1 as well onto Janku. Thailand just getting ripped to shreds. It's only Esquilusia left now, only the one kill for the home nation. Spots all of Indonesia now pushing in. That blue, of course, forcing them forward. Regardless of Esquilusia's position, they have to keep moving to that safe circle. Esquilusia is going down, though, to Finna.
That's a good pickup. Canada's going to be coming in back behind this one and needs to keep an ear out for what's happening. USA has moved into a more centered position, leaving the compound beforehand, but this is a very awkward spot for these teams to be in. With the amount of teams that we have playing along that fence row, this is going to be a very weird end game, to say the least. But I hate to say it, Canada, Indonesia, this is not going to be good for you, because the further you move into the circle just means the fact that the more teams are going to be able to see you.
Now, Indonesia right now doing a decent job to survive this. Brazil quite a distance away, not the easiest of shots, even with the 8x. It's still, tough shots to hit, but they do get the knock. Fortunately, there's a very tiny little ridge that they can res behind. Good little circle for Brazil. They can actually push over the road now and maybe find like a dip or a bowl on the northern side of that road, closer towards the military base, because there's going to be a lot of teams you mentioned on this fence. They are going to have that sort of mutual destruction moving forward for the rest of this game. It's lining up really nicely for Brazil.
Argentina does have this dip that they can play, but USA knows that they're going to need to move. Do note, very far to the north of this, we've got Australia and Finland that are getting pretty close to each other as well. It's going to be UK in a good spot yet again to kind of supervise what's going to be happening behind us. Finna has just got all of them lined up in front of him. That's 2 down. Can he get more? He's got 3. Finally does go down. And who's going to be able to pick those up? Is anybody going to try to tap those for anything? But fight now breaking out between everybody that's going to be going on, Finland and Australia.
And Tiggleton down, gets flushed immediately. Nice nade from Monty, gets the elimination onto Finland. Yes, they lose Tiggleton, but they get the kills for it. Now up into second place for Team Australia as well. Still inside of the military base, needing to push their way forward. 7 teams remain now, with Indonesia going out in 8th place. They at least get a placement point for it. Germany, what can they do from this position on the corner? They do need to push away from the building.
This is where the big firefight's going to be brewing, as Australia's trying to make their way into this point and be herded to this area by UK. You can see that this is also where Germany, USA, and Argentina are going to be playing, with Vietnam just on the other side of it. Brazil could approach over there, but Brazil has 1 member in Haven that is very far to the southeast. These nades are coming in, but they're still not connecting.
It's like they're just dodging them. So close to being able to pick up both of those 2 kills. Would have wiped out Argentina. Silson able to stay alive, along with Alariv.
This is a problem for USA. They are now pinched on so many angles. They've got Australia behind them. They've got Germany that's going to be to their southwest. They still have Argentina that's holding out on them. H1 spins around, takes down Blood. They are very aware of the threat that's coming, but it's just, how do you move out of this spot? Yeah. There's just so many teams.
It's a death run as well here for Australia. Far too open, far too many teams, like you mentioned as well. Sort of also being able to look in that direction for nothing. So no real surprise to see Australia really bowing out from that. They didn't quite get a lot of circle luck, going south, 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 and away from them, forced them into this position as well, where like you look at how open that is, you can't make that run. It's just not happening. Germany, though, they make their push. Now, Duckmai has an easy angle, and with a nade, gets the down onto Pains for Vietnam.
Quick follow-up with the incendiary as well, so that's going to spell the end of that one. Germany trying to move across. This doesn't want anything to do with what's happening over there. Instead finds themselves a party of their own. Argentina trying to move forward, but Vietnam doing a great job of defending up against Germany.
Yeah, and a good chance for Vietnam to keep in touch with the top 3 as well, pick up those points. Very close to being able to overtake Finland on the leaderboard. There's Brazil, though, like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, being able to push over the cross of that road, get good position. They've got the 3 players, and they got the spot. They got the circle here for phase 6.
Still holding up right now, as you can see, USA trying to make their way in. They've lost 2 of their members. UK just taking peppering shots as everybody as they move across. UK does have to move, but they already aware how many people are going to be in front of them. Instead, just using the high ground of the planes continually do damage. See, it's just slow and steadily movement, sharp shot down. We're in a 1v1 trying to move into this point, and whoever wins this still has to run across the road that is going to provide no cover afterwards.
Yeah, Luke's done a good job tanking this blue, gets them from 7th to 6th at minimum, and if H-Win goes down, it could be a top 5 finish, but he's able to stay alive, going for that revive with a sharp shot. UK, though, they've been able to avoid a lot of this massacre, right? They're just coming in from that eastern side, and there you go. Silson goes out. That means Luke's tanking job in the blue gets Australia top 5 extra points.
I gotta say, though, Silson, he lived for so long. He should have died there. Spray comes out from H-Win, does get facts down. Everybody in the lobby now breathing a sigh of relief as UK has at least 1 of their members down, sitting on a massive amount of kills already again. Australia's Luke seeing if maybe he can steal that one away, but he's just going to go ahead and go down to blue, and our top 4 now lined up. But let's be honest, really it's just Brazil and everybody else just trying to make it to the circle.
And lo and behold, Matt, guess what? It's the same kind of 4 teams that we had in the first 2 matches as well. Some consistency being established early here for PUBG Nations Cup. Vietnam, Brazil, UK, USA, all of those teams have started really well through the first 2, now 3 matches as well. 2 up for the United States. Never mind, Caster Curse. It's H-Win that gets knocked down by Duckmai.
I mean, just good shot coming out. Nades, I think we're going to go too far. We're going to see the follow-up make it a touch shorter. Nope, nope, nope. Still staying alive. USA still maintaining being a moving target for UK, making it easy for Vietnam to try to move. USA doing some jukes back behind it, but it's going to be H-Win that goes down again, and Shark Shot just has nowhere to go. He's going to go, and yes, it's more kills going to the United Kingdom.
Is it about to be back-to-back chicken dinners for the United Kingdom here? Match 2, match 3. We'll see. It's a 3v3v3. Isaki knocked down by Bud. They continue to rack up more and more kills. 17 now. I don't know what the PUBG Nations Cup record is, Matt, but we're going to have to find out after this game.
United Kingdom right now. These guys are destroying. Okay, Brazil has the entirety of the circle under control, and United Kingdom just jumps in vehicles, just balls to the wall, sends it, gets inside the zone, and now can turn around and look at how Vietnam's going to come into this. Are we going to really see them pick up even more?
And don't discount Vietnam as well from this position too. Yes, they're on the edge, but can they make a play maybe on the slide angle onto the United Kingdom? Could they play spoiler? Well, it goes the other way. Michael gets Duck My, where I thought maybe it would have been Vietnam onto the UK. No, Michael, watching all of the angles, spots Duck My, spots Vietnam, so Powell now into the blue. He's going to fall, and it's a southern shift for Brazil, but I don't know if they can stop this juggernaut of the United Kingdom.
Okay, Haven's on one side, LFP's on the other. No member of UK is in this circle. If they somehow find a way to fight into this one and win, I don't even know. This would be just an unstoppable team at this stage. They have been fighting tooth and nail. I don't even know what their utility is like, because that's not an easy place to loot where we're looking at. And they were having to take shots at range for so long.
No smokes, no nades, one molly. That is the entirety of the consumables there for the United Kingdom pushing out from this position. And as you mentioned, the way that Brazil are lined up here, they surely cannot lose this game. A quick little 1-2 punch for Brazil. Bex and Bard, eat dirt, eat the ground. It's Brazil that takes match 3.
That was just clean. The wings on the side of it, picking up the members as they should. Quick follow up. I like the trap setup. They read everything as it was flowing out and just immaculately played for Brazil. But while we're going to be talking about them for the round win, I mean, I don't know, dude. What do you want to say about United Kingdom?
I mean, look, obviously, massive congratulations to Brazil. Tremendous to get that victory. United Kingdom, they are on a different level at the moment, Matt, and everyone else here, all 15 other teams, need to be able to start matching them.
This is going to be very, very scary. Kudos to Brazil, and I feel bad for our analysts.